5 shocking secrets Disney wants you to forget about. There are so many things Disney lives to regret, but these are just a few of them. Here are 5 shocking secrets Disney wants you to forget about. Number 5. Toy Story and The Shining. As you may be aware, children's animation studios of today enjoy filling their movies full of references. In the case of Toy Story, there are plenty of references to Stanley Kubrick's 1980 horror classic, The Shining. For example, cast your eyes back to the scene where Buzz Lightyear and Woody are trying to escape Sid's house. Do you notice something eerie about the carpet? The carpet has the identical pattern to the one in the Overlook Hotel in The Shining, the very one where the young psychic Danny Torrance is sitting whilst playing with his toys. The very same pattern can also be seen on the small box in Toy Story 3 where the monkey is watching surveillance cameras in the nursery. The number 237 also appears throughout the film, which is a reference to the room 237 in the Overlook Hotel in The Shining. For instance, we see a security camera with the model number Overlook R237. Additionally, Sid's disposal truck has the number plate RM237. Lastly, we see a scene in where Woody chats to a user named Velocistar237. Number 4. Nudity in The Rescuers. On January 8, 1999, Disney announced the recall of the home video version of their 1977 animated film The Rescuers because of indecent images that was discovered in the background. As Bianca and Bernard take off in a sardine box strapped to the back of the albatross called Orville, the rescuers pass a photographic image of a topless woman which can be seen in the window of the building in the background, in 2 non-consecutive frames. First in the bottom left corner and then on the top centre. The company decided to recall 3.4 million copies of the video due to the naughty edit in order to keep their promise on delivering the finest in family entertainment. It took them 22 years to notice the exposed image. Seriously, Disney? Number 3. Sex in The Lion King. If you ever watched The Lion King and happen to remember the scene where Simba walks over the edge of a cliff and tiredly flops to the ground, you may want to take a second look. A cloud of dust rises from Simba's flop, which allegedly for a brief moment spells out the word sex. The special effects team in charge of the scene insist that it reads SFX in order to leave their mark on the film. There's been a widespread debate on what the word actually says, and the American Life League used this controversy as part of their 1996 publicity campaign against Disney videos, claiming that they contain sexual messages. What do you think, sex or SFX? Number 2. Nazi propaganda. During the outbreak of the Second World War, Walt Disney Productions was involved in the creation of several anti-Nazi propaganda films for the US government. One of their notable releases was in 1942, called Der Fuhrer's Face. In this, Donald Duck breaks down after experiencing a nightmare where he had to live off eating outrageous Nazi food rations, as well as enduring a hard day's work at an artillery factory. Other anti-Nazi propaganda films include Educational Death, The Making of a Nazi, where you follow a young German boy with the name of Hans who is exposed to the Hitler Youth and the Nazi culture, and his ability to value human life decreases, and The Commando Duck, another propaganda piece featuring Donald Duck, where he destroys an entire Japanese airbase. Number 1. Disney and the Illuminati. For many years, it's been mass speculation to whether Walt Disney was part of the Illuminati Society. An indicator to whether this was the case arose from 2 episodes of DuckTales. The first sign was in an episode where Scrooge McDuck visits a doctor to cure a sickness that only affects cashiers, bankers, and millionaires. Basically, a doctor reserved only for rich people. In the background, you can notice an eye chart with many letters on it, which distinctly reads out, "Ask about Illuminati." The second example is from the DuckTales movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. Scrooge and the gang travel across the desert on camelback when they stumble over the top of a pyramid which features the Illuminati all-seeing eyesight.